right, let's get started here. It is a little bit late, but that's okay, because we're going to do some burning wheel. We're going to burn some characters. These books, especially this one. Yeah. Let's just check my audio's working. It is working. Cool. All right. So those of you who watch my old Burning Wheel videos will notice that this is the same backdrop for my old campaign. I haven't changed the characters out yet because we just did session 0 on Thursday. So that means that I still have a lot of prep to do before we start playing. But I can give the sort of the background of what's going on in this campaign. The campaign is an intrigue game of the Burning Wheel. It's basically set in a fantasy version of something like Samarkand, which was or I guess is a trade city along the Silk Road that was very, very wealthy because of trade between India, China, and the West. Overland trade. And so it's, unlike Samarkand, it's set in a merchant republic, a landlocked merchant republic along this major trade thoroughfare. And the Merchant Republic is in a bad spot. They got into a war with a neighboring kingdom because they were trying to collect on some debts. You know, as merchants do. Kings decide not to pay up. Merchants go and hire a bunch of mercenaries and try to get them to pay up. That didn't go very well because the huge empire that was a neighbor to that kingdom decided to get involved and ended up steamrolling the Merchant Republic. And now the Merchant Republic is in a position where they have to pay a bunch of war reparations, and they're not very happy about that. It's not a good time. It's not a good time when you are a merchant, you're out to make money, and you're paying reparations. Exactly. So, this is our PC, our one PC in this campaign. She, I believe it is a she, yes. She is involved in this situation because she basically was working for this really minor guild in the Merchant Republic. And this guild was something like a bunch of notaries. Well, hey, you don't have to be afraid of Burning Wheel because we're gonna do it right here. We're gonna make some characters. Oh wow, that's really pleasant. Hello, welcome. Sorry about the horrible bike noises. Yeah, so the thing is that the PC, if you look at their life paths, they were city-born, and then they became a coin clipper, and then they went on to becoming a debt enforcer, right? So this is using the tax collector life path in Burning Wheel, but we just calling it a debt enforcer because essentially they ended up getting hired by the Guild of Notaries, which is like a minor and kind of insignificant guild, but they got the guild got requisitioned by the envoy, the legate sent by the empire to enforce the terms of the war reparations. So it's like this guild is within the Merchant Republic and it formerly was like a guild of no real significance. Now it's really come up in the world, but the problem is it's like basically a collaborationist guild that is working with the enemy. And the PC is like one of the enforcers that's going to be going around and making people pay their debts. So, if you look at this PC's relationships, you'll see they have a bodyguard. Burning Wheel, make people cry for being a tax collector 12 sessions after character generation. 12 sessions? Come on. I'm going to aim for 3. It's going to be real messy situation here. So the relationships this character has, one is they have a bodyguard, Long Wei. Long Wei is from the sort of China analog, the empire that is nearby. He is the character that our PC, our protagonist, actually loves. And also her bodyguard. And Long Wei is additionally a disgraced noble from the empire. So this is real messy, right? Because she's being hired by the Empire to work within this guild against her own country, but also her bodyguard is a disgraced person from the country she's been hired by. Wow. And so one of Nusha's goals here is to... my bodyguard is my beloved. I will work to restore their standing. She is going to try to clear his name. Even though it's probably not a good thing for her to do because she is a fool in love. Yep. Yeah, no, it's gonna get messy right quick. Other thing happening, and this is the NPC we're gonna burn up. She is working for the Imperial Legate. She's got a romantic relationship with the Legate. She has a forbidden relationship with the Legate because she's basically a collaborationist working with the enemy. And also she has a hateful relationship with the Legate. So the Legate is yeah, it's not good. She is essentially yeah, asking the PC for one-sided provision of sexual favors and company. It is a gross power dynamic that is happening here between the boss and the employee. Somebody who... The PC is somebody who's been kind of like picked up off the streets to get to work in this endeavor. And because of their history of being from an oppressed class, they have a bad tendency, an instinct. You can see it right here. When pressed by an authority figure, always yield. Oh, oh, bad feelings. Bad. It's really bad. Oh no. Nusha, no, don't do that to yourself. Oh. So, and it actually, yeah, is Long Wei gonna die? Probably, to be honest. I mean, he's probably gonna die, but we'll see. To make things even worse about this whole situation, if you look at... Oh, yeah, here we go. These are the cultural traits for the Merchant Republic. They're cosmopolitan because they're in between 3 cultures, basically. They're misogynistic. Our main character, Nusha, is less so, but there's a lot of misogyny happening in this republic, and part of the reason why she's in this really bad position is because not only did she come from a bad class position, being in kind of a, you know, someone who is an outsider, coin clipper, not only was she like a low-level sibling in her family, but also she's dealing with a rough patriarchal culture. Who's the player? The player is a guy I know from another online community aside from the Gauntlet who is really interested in trying Burning Wheel. So yeah, so I was like, okay, yeah, I'm happy to teach it to a new player. Let's do it. And also they're entitled, which is kind of rough. So, what, the additional complication is here. There's misogyny in this culture, and she's got a relationship with the head of the guild, who is her brother. And her brother is a useless piece of shit who got the position in the guild, one, because the former guildmaster left because they were terrified of keeping this job when the job basically implied betraying your country. And two, because he was the eldest child and also a man, and therefore he got the job and she didn't. And now she's in this rough position. So she has a rivalrous relationship with her sibling. Wow, this is a complicated life that she's got going on here. So we're gonna burn up some NPCs to give some depth and some character to this clusterfuck that Nusha finds herself in. And then we're just gonna feel really sad and have a lot of Night Witches feelings, I think. Yeah. So let's go ahead and make a character. So the character we're first gonna burn is, I believe I gave her a name. I think it might have been deleted by Roll20 by accident. Okay, I'll have to come up with a new name for this character, but we'll do that later. It's the Legate, right? So we can start there. Start right there. So the character concept is the Imperial Legate. Yes, I think one-on-one Burning Wheel is going to be a good time. I especially think it's going to be viable because we're going to be looking at like 2-hour sessions of play. That's what Luke recommends, and I think I can actually make that work in my schedule, whereas like 3-hour sessions, 4-hour sessions, or what Burning Wheel normally demands, which is 5-hour sessions, is a little bit unworkable for me at the moment. And I'm going to try to do more one-on-one short campaigns with people throughout the rest of the year, because it's fun to play with new people, and it's fun to play Burning Wheel. Very simple reasons. Okay, let's make a character. Alright, so we have our character concept. We know what the situation is, and we're going to choose her life paths. So, wish you're in a viable time zone. I wish I was in all the viable time zones, honestly. I'm in the worst time zone, is what it feels like. I'm always an hour or 2 or 3 off from being able to play in a lot of games. So let's start with these life paths. I think she is possibly a 5 life path character. Is what I kind of have in mind. She is mannish. And we'll see where she can get with 4 life paths, but I think she's probably a 5 life path character. So she's definitely coming from the noble setting. Yeah, Sig worked, but that was because I decided to not go to my normal Tai Chi class for those sessions. Normally I'm busy on Saturday mornings doing Tai Chi, which is why I have to miss a lot of games. Gotta make your choices. Gotta take care of your body, as well as your mind and your heart. Yes, so she is born noble. That means that she spent 8 years there. She starts with 15 resources. 5 general skill points. And 1 trait point. And she's going to take no skills from that and the mark of privilege. This is required and has a cost of 1. Okay, next one. Now, I feel like, so the concept for this culture that she's coming from is kind of like, I'm feeling sort of like Ming China, like, you know, their cultural traits are, I wrote them down on Long Way sheet. He has the cultural traits. Or did I write them down here? I must have wrote them down somewhere else. I'll just grab that. Because this is going to be descriptive of what her culture is like. Recent, yes. Too many documents. Here it is, Burning Wheel. Please tell me that didn't get deleted somehow. Oh, here we go. Okay. So her cultural traits. Oh, this isn't it. I am so salty now. Why you do this to me? I had all these notes and everything, and they're gone. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. We will figure it out. So misogynistic, entitled, and cosmopolitan are the other culture. This culture is the one that is collecting the reparations. So their traits were, I believe, grand. Did I really not? Oh, you know what I did? No. I didn't save this or something. Grand, cultured, and there's one more. Grand, cultured, and the trait list. It wasn't arrogant. Oh man, I'm so sad that we lost that from the last session. I think it. I wonder if it was condescending. I don't know what the third one is. I'll have to get back to that. But I know they're definitely grand and cultured. Um, yeah, no problem. So, yeah, here's the thing. This this culture is pretty much like the Ming Dynasty, right? It's not like the Tang Dynasty. The Tang Dynasty was very cosmopolitan. The Ming Dynasty was much more sort of like inward looking. I feel like this is kind of more like the Ming Dynasty. Their culture or their country is called the Xia Empire. Um, so that is her origin. Oh wait, this is long way sheet, so I'm gonna skip that. Here we go. I don't think it's so far as to be xenophobic. I think they are just not cosmopolitan, right? Like they are like they know about the world, but they're kind of like indifferent towards it. Maybe like aloof or something. But I'm gonna have to talk to the player about it, about what we decided there. Maybe he remembers. Um, yeah. So, Born Noble. Where does she go from there? Oh, right. This is the thing. Um, they are. Yeah, this is the thing I was thinking of. Like, what if Imperial China was like the Ming, but also was not incredibly misogynistic? So, what if they were more respectful of women, right? Like, what if women could actually do things in Chinese society at that time? And I kind of was sort of like thinking about, like, you know, how you can do in like Romance of the Three Kingdoms, you can make female officers. Um, it's kind of where I'm coming from with this character. Yeah. So let's talk about her noble life. Which is all to say that in terms of life paths, she I don't think she's gonna follow necessarily like very like gendered life paths. Like I don't think she's gonna take like young lady because I don't think that the culture is such that it would force her to do that. Although we'll see, right? Like I don't think she needs to take the young lady dame life path route there because I don't think this is a intensely gender segregated society in the way that like medieval European society was, which is why she's the legate. Um, yeah. So she's definitely not a bastard. Um, because this is a cultured society, she might have gone into a student life path because you know like depending on like it's an oversimplification, it's exaggeration. um uh what is a good game for Dynasty Warriors type of game? I don't know. Go ask Lol. I feel like that is entirely Lol's jab, and he would know. um, like, feels extremely Lol Francis to me. Melodrama, action, Chinese stuff, kung fu. Yeah. Um. So yeah. So uh yeah, to say that you know like I don't want to make this generalization. Yeah, Hearts of Wulin, but like add some kind of like military side to that and it would be the thing, right? It could be done. It could be done. Yeah, okay, so my train of thought here. Yes, it's an oversimplification, as I was trying to say, that all of Chinese history, China has been run and dominated by educated bureaucrats. That's simply not true. You look at a period like the Three Kingdoms period, and the power of the nobility was much greater than the power of the scholar, the educated landed gentry, right? Which formed the scholarly class that ran the imperial bureaucracy. However, if we're looking at the Ming period, then the bureaucracy was actually very powerful. So I do feel like it kind of makes sense for her to go born noble and then into student. So that's a 4-year life path. No leads necessary. She's going to get 10 resources from that. And get 1 mental point and 7 skill points. No general and 1 trait point. This is what happens when you go to school. 4 years, you get 7 skill points. All right. So, where can she go from student? She could go into young lady. She could go into So here is the thing. If she takes student, she cannot take page. And if she doesn't take page, that means she can't take squire, and that means she can't go to knight or lord. But if she bought the your lordship trait, it means that she can go from student to lord. Interesting. Yeah. So that'd be 1, 2, 3. Born noble, student, lord, and then lord into baron. What's the difference between baron and viscount? Damn, viscount is rich. I think it's just like, oh, you're lucky, so you got to go there. 'Cause yeah. So Duke requires knight, and then from knight you can go to noble prince. So I think she's gonna go, I think this is gonna be her life path. She's gonna go student, lord, and then from lord to viscount. Yeah, viscount is above a baron. I was just wondering if there was a mechanical difference in terms of requirements, but there isn't. It's just like, oh, you're just luckier you happen to become a viscount instead of a baron. Or instead of a baron. Okay, cool. So the lord is 7 years. And you get an incredible 50 resources. 1 mental point. And you get 6 skill points and 1 trait point. And the viscount You get 9 years. So that's going to make her quite old. Well, actually, no, only 28. That's not so old. 65 resources. 1 mental and 1 physical. And you get 2 general points. Ooh, fancy. And 1 trait. Okay. And yeah, and I think that's where she's at. I don't think we need to go on from that, because from Viscount, there's really not anywhere up you can go. It would just be like Viscount to Viscount to Viscount to Viscount to Viscount, unless you wanted to become disgraced or something, and which she isn't. So, yeah. Interesting. Okay, so let's look at her skills and traits she has to buy. So, student, she has to buy right. Has to buy right. As required and opened. As a lord, she has to buy hunting. And I think I'm going to hack this. I don't think it's going to be hunting, because I think this is a culture that puts somewhat less emphasis on that. We'll see, though. No, she doesn't have any leads because she never left the noble setting. No leads for her. She has had a life of privilege. And for Viscount, there's no required skills to buy. Her traits, she needs to buy as a student. I think it's Rabble Rouser. No, you don't need to buy that. Oh, if this is really interesting. Like, if you look at this, so if you are a student in the noble setting, you don't have to buy the Rabble Rouser trait. But if you are a student in the city setting, you do have to buy the Rabble Rouser trait. Oh, it's so good. Oh, that implied setting building. Oh, man. Burning Wheel. It's so good. This game. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going here. As a lady, actually, she doesn't have to buy any traits. And as a Viscount, she has to buy Noblesse Oblige. And additionally, because she became a lord, she has to buy your lordship. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So she's got some traits. Yeah, because she only has 4 points. She doesn't have a lot of trait points, actually. Well, it's because she has so few life paths. I'm like, why does she have so few traits? It's like, oh, of course. Because she's gone, like, oh, this game is so good. It's, oh, I can't get over it. This is, like, this is so intricately built. It blows me away every time. Like, it's like, oh, she has so few traits. How can she have so many resources and so many skill points and be so young? It's because she was born into privilege and had no problems in her life at all and went straight to the top of society. Oh man. Burning Wheel. That is so good. Okay. And we covered the skills. All right. So I will first spend her skill points. She is gonna take... So how many skill points we got? We got 18 skill points. Whew! Man. She is educated. From the student life path, she's gonna take read, definitely. She's gonna take rule of law for sure. She's gonna take oratory. I don't think her country is very religious, so she's not gonna take doctrine. And she's gonna take etiquette. Not that I have plans for this character at the beginning of this series. It's gonna be amazing. Oh, man. She's not gonna be very, you know... She's not gonna use etiquette very much in dealing with the people from this Merchant Republic. Is what I will say. She's gonna be very high-handed. Because she has ulterior motivations. So that's it for student. Next, she's going to go to Lord. So she had to buy hunting. Oh, she also gets a general point as Lord. That is a thing I missed. Cool. She's even more ridiculous. I think she'll buy... estate management. She will buy... I'm gonna look, because I think the Lord skills need to be adjusted a little bit for our setting, because what she's got here is hunting, dance, sing, falconry, and estate management she can take. But I feel like, given our setting, singing is probably less significant. Hunting, maybe. Dance, I kind of feel like not so much. Like, I feel like Chinese nobles did a lot more watching dancers than they did dancing themselves. But that may be a stereotype that I've learned from watching too much Chinese dramas. Yeah. So I'm going to look to see what skills are available for doing artsy stuff. Because she's going to definitely be doing some artsy stuff. But I just think it might be different artsy stuff than what is there. Ooh, calligraphy. Calligraphy. Yes. 100% she is going to have calligraphy. Uh-huh. I feel like that's probably replacing hunting as like a required. Like, you cannot be a noble in this culture without... Yeah, I mean, it is the thing. I was just wondering if it had a skill in this game, which of course it does. What was I thinking? This book did not get to 600 pages without a gigantic skill list. Calligraphy is a formal, stylized handwriting that is required for communicating with religious, royal, or governmental bodies. Yes, totally. Cool. Yeah, she's got that for sure. Instead of dance, she has dance wise. I'm definitely going to give her some wises. That is a possibility. Yeah. So I'll put that down here at the bottom as an in case one. Aside from that, I feel like, you know, etiquette covers a lot, but painting is probably another one. Yeah, painting 287. Complex monochrome is an ob 2. Yeah. Oh, okay. See you later. Have a good sleep. Painting. Yes. She will take painting. That. So I'm going to say that, what was it? Calligraphy is required, but painting is not. Okay, so she's taking painting. These are all opened. And is there a poetry skill? Because I feel like that would be the other one. That may be included in write. I'm not sure. Oh, great masters wise is totally a thing she has. Oh, no, wait, that's the student thing. Sorry. That is about being respectful of your senior faculty. Poetry, yes. Awesome. Okay, so she's taking poetry as well. So I'm going to say those are the three, like, core fundamental arts that you must know as a noble to be considered a distinguished and refined individual in this culture. If you do not have those, you are considered to be a boor. Cool. Now, let's go to the Viscount. She just gets general points, so now she's got 12 points to spend and kind of out of things to spend it on in terms of buying new skills. So now she's going to spend into skills. Yeah. Totally. Okay, so she is going to go... oh, what is she going to gray shade? How many points you need to gray shade? Is it 5, I think? Five points to open a skill to gray shade. Okay. I think she will gray shade oratory. So let's say she's gonna go like G2 oratory. I think she's definitely got yes. All right, well, take it easy there, Sid. Have a good night. I'm gonna finish this character and then probably finish the stream because it's a whole thing. Thanks. So I think she's gonna spend into right. Aw, thanks. She's gonna spend into right, spend into calligraphy, spend into rule of law, and also I think because she's been chosen for this job, maybe... Let's see what estate management is all about here, because I don't know if it is more broadly applicable than just running your estate as a noble. Ensuring that an estate, its workers, animals, rolling stock, and crops are all well managed and tended to is a demanding and tedious task. The primary use of this skill is to recover taxed resources. No, she's not going to be in that. So I think she's going to spend into painting, poetry, and last one... I don't think she actually has great etiquette, so I think she's going to spend into read instead. Okay, cool. Those are her skills. Now we need to do her general skills. She's got a total of 8 points. Holy shit. Okay. Wow. That's a lot. So general skills, we can buy into anything we want. She's taking astrology. I can tell you that right now. Astrology. Get 1 point in that. So that's 2 points spent. She is... Oh, bureaucracy, 100%. Take a point in that. That puts us to 4. Wises. We should buy wises. We should buy wises. Oh, foreign languages. She needs to take foreign languages, for sure. And that's 6, and then she gets 1 more. We gotta give her a wise. She has to have a wise of some kind. Dance wise... maybe. I feel like there might be a skill actually for what that signifies, though. Oh. There's so many good things to choose from. Is she gonna take... Oh, this is so hard. Okay. She definitely has bureaucracy, foreign languages. Does she actually have astrology? I'm wondering now. Like, I feel like it's a thing she could totally have, but... You know what? You know what? I think she doesn't have astrology. I think she has persuasion. And she has... She also has seduction. So that's a -6. This is opened. And I don't think she's advanced seduction. I think she just has it. And then on top of that, she probably has rhetoric. Which is also... This might be advanced. I think bureaucracy is not advanced. And rhetoric is. So that puts her at -8. She's got 8 general points, so we're good to go there. Cool. All right. Let's keep going. She gets traits next. Okay. So she's got one trait left to buy. Let's see what she gets from her life paths. Okay, as born noble, she's not going to take any of those. Student, no traits. Lord, no traits. And Baron, or no, Viscount, regal bearing, pompous, sharp dresser, or callous. Let's see, what is the description on regal bearing? Because I feel like it might actually be sharp dresser that she takes. And sharp dresser. So regal bearing is a character trait. Sharp dresser. Probably also a character trait. Yeah, also a character trait. Callous, pompous, and when you buy traits, you're buying only from your life paths, I believe. Oh, I see. You can buy... That's what it is. You could buy life path traits for 1 point no matter what they do. Whereas general traits, you have to pay the listed cost for them. So she can only take a character trait, and so I think she will take Sharp Dresser, because she's only got 1 point left. Okay. That is life path. Kick ass. Let's keep going. There's her age. So she is mannish. She has 28 years and 28 years. Okay. Her mental pool. let's say 5 and 4. We do need to do these, though. We should probably do these. I feel like a lot of these are actually perception agility. So it may make sense for her to invest in perception. Okay, so calligraphy is perception agility. Etiquette is will perception. Next we have bureaucracy is probably will. Okay, that's so funny. You would think navigating the bureaucracy would rely on your perception, but no, it's just your willpower, your ability to take bullshit. Okay. Next we have oratory. Oratory is will. Interesting. Okay, and painting is will agility. Okay, there's actually more with will than I thought. Will agility is painting. Poetry is will only. Okay. Persuasion, I believe, is will. Yes, also will. Okay, cool. Then we'll go to... foreign languages is perception, I assume. Yep, perception. And from there, read, perception, rule of law is also perception. Right is perception agility. Perception agility. And persuasion is will. Right, we did that. We did that. Seduction is probably will. Seduction is a will, yep. Rhetoric is perception. I think we did it all. Bureaucracy, foreign languages, etiquette, covered all that. Yeah, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Nice. We're done the skill list. Okay, cool. Awesome. So let's keep moving. Let's do the physical pool. Traits, or not traits, the stats. So I believe she's going to want a lot in agility. She's got 12 points to spend. So let's put 4 in agility. Let's put 3, maybe 4 in fort, 3 in power, and 3 in speed. Is that... Well, she's still got a lot left. What about gray shading? Gray shading her agility might be a good thing. I think it's 5 points. 5 points to gray shade. So what if we reduced her... If we reduced her... Well... Gee. Choices, choices. Interesting choices. You know what? If we put this down to 3, that gives us, we can do this. We can go gray 2 agility. Ooh boy. And do need to check. This is important. Roots. The skill has 2 roots, half the average of the root stats rounded down. And putting a stat at a gray shade. You know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Why not? I mean, it's not great having a 2, but man, yeah. Oof. Because I feel like she's invested in so many, well, you know what? Actually, it's more actually that her skills are very will-based. Not like she's got writing, calligraphy, painting. So she'd be very good at those things, or very talented at them. I would say. So is she gonna take a G2 will? Is kind of the question here. Why not? Oh no, that would put her perception down to 4. G1 is a little rough, so I'm gonna actually say no. She's gonna take a 6 will. Yeah, that's still beefy, and she's very good at, like, she has a very high agility. So what it means is, like, you could see later in her life that she would actually become a very talented calligrapher and painter, like maybe in her later years. At the moment, she's an amateur, or she's not an amateur, she's a novice at the skill. But in the future, she may become great at it because she has the gray shaded stat. Okay, so let's keep moving. Those are her stats, or her stats are done. And her traits are done. So now we move on to her attributes. Health questions. So, does she live in squalor and filth? Absolutely not. Is the character frail or sickly? No. Was the character severely wounded in the past? I don't think so. Has been tortured and enslaved? Never, no. Elf, dwarf, or orc? Nope. Is the character athletic and active? I don't really get the impression she is. No, I don't think so. I think she's pretty soft. Not in her character, but in her body. She lives a very easy life, physically. Does the character live in a really clean and happy place? So the clean side, I would say yes. The happy side, not so much. So she, her health then is the average of will or fort, which is 4. And now we move on to her steel. Has she taken conscript, soldier, bandit, squire, or knight? No. Has the character ever been severely wounded? No. Has the character ever murdered or killed with her own hand? No. Has the character been tortured, enslaved, or beaten? No. Has the character led a sheltered life free from violence and pain? Yes. Has the character been raised in a competitive but non-violent culture? Yes. Has the character given birth to a child? She is 28. I think maybe not, even though it would be very unusual for her to have not done so. I think because... Man, I think... Yeah, no, of course. Like, she lives in a fairly gender egalitarian society and is a lesbian and would not be forced into a marriage with a man that she did not want. So, no, she has not given birth to a child. Is the character gifted or faithful? No. If the character's perception is exponent 6 or higher, raise steel by 1. Nope. If the character's will stat is 5 or higher, raise steel by 1. Yes, so it's up by 1 now. If the character's fort is exponent 6 or higher, raise steel by 1. I definitely don't think it is, no. No, it's not very high at all. Yeah, okay, so she's got +1 on her steel. So it's base of 3, her steel is 4. B4 steel. Not that great. Her reflex is the average of perception, agility, and speed rounded down. Okay. Yeah. Perception, agility, and speed rounded down. That makes sense. Yes. Her mortal wound is 9. Okay, cool. Now we're going to do her resource points. Time to spend some resource points. We got 140. So many. Okay, so she has... Whew, boy. Okay, so she has an affiliation. She has a 50-point affiliation. 3D affiliation. So this is affiliation, Xia Empire. Oh, it's a group, so it would be the Xia nobility. 3D affiliation. Or we'll just put that in the notes. And the cost is 50 points. big money. She has a reputation? I wonder. No, she does. She has a regional reputation. She absolutely does. It is a reputation. Regional. At 2D. And it's cost 25 points, and this reputation is as the or like infamous or like I think she's like a foreign interloper. Yeah, foreign interloper. In the Republic. Like if people meet her, they know who she is. Cuz it's yeah, she's famous for that. Okay, so that's 25 for that. She absolutely has a retinue. Bodyguard, squire, assistant, no, but she does have a second in command who has soldiers under her. Like she has soldiers under her command. There is a military figure who is under her command. So she's going to be buying a relationship with them. I think this is probably a dude. Character, is it a general? I don't think so. I think it's probably like lower rank than that, like a colonel or something. We'll have to come up with a name for it. A captain. So I think this character is actually kind of significant to the setting, so maybe 10 RP. Okay, so this is a relationship to the Lord Captain of the Army of the West. And the cost is 10 RP. -1 because I think it's her cousin. So this is cousin. So we bought the relationship with him. And buy an affiliation to the group and a reputation within that affiliation. So the affiliation is to a smaller local specialized group. So she's got an affiliation with The like Western Expeditionary want to take a look here. The Western Regional Military Commission. The Western Expeditionary Commission, or the Western Expeditionary Force. And I think this is probably a 25 RP affiliation. 2D. And then she needs to buy a reputation, which would be a local reputation. Actually, you know what? Oh, wait. Okay, so this would be... There's the regional reputation, and then there is the reputation within this group. So her reputation with them is... I think she has a reputation as... a rising star. So she's on her way up within the government, and people know that. So her reputation is it local? I think it's a local reputation. Because it's local to, yeah, it's local to this group. So reputation, that is 7 RP and 1D and inside Expeditionary Force. Okay. Cool. So she now has control over this Expeditionary Force. She has a relationship with the commander, who's her cousin. She has a affiliation with it, and she also has a reputation. 24 points left. She's got to buy some shoes. So 1 point for shoes. She's gonna have fancy finery. 5 points for finery. She's gonna have a riding mount, because I believe she has riding, right? Oh no, because she didn't take knight. No, she doesn't have it. She doesn't have it. So personal effects, she's gonna buy some personal effects. I think 1 point. She will have personal effects, calligraphy tools. Or is there a kit for that? A skill tool kit. So does calligraphy take a skill toolkit? Also, does writing take a skill toolkit? Yes, it does. It does. So this is a skill toolkit. It costs 8 points. Big money. Wow. And painting probably also. Yep, also painting kit. Like, I love this stuff about the game because it's like, oh, this feels insignificant. But really, it's like, man, like, why do I have to spend so many resources on these trivial skills? But it's like, no, like, this is modeling in the game how exclusive these pursuits are, right? Like, that unless you are rich, you can't do these things. You can't do them well, is what I should say. And she's got 2 points left. I think... I think she probably has... Holy shit. It's 30 RP to get a place in a urban hotel. Wow. Wow. Damn. I mean, it makes sense, but like, wow. So you know what it is that she is living in the embassy, and she is not she's not paying for that herself. That is something that is at the pleasure of the state. That's who's paying for her place to stay, because she's got this affiliation of the nobility, which is no joke. Probably called that in. So what I think she probably has aside from that are some relationships. Let's get some more relationships for her. Oh yeah, we need a relationship with the main character, of course. So the main character is a one. It's like 1 point for sure. 1 point. With Nusha, Notary. 1 point relationship because it is a minor character who is romantic, forbidden, and also hateful. One point relationship. And she can take think she's gonna take she's probably got a relationship with the Lord Mayor, or the, what will we call them, like the head of this oligarchy in the they're probably called the president, like, I don't want to just call them the Doge, because that's a very Venetian thing. Let's look at republics. Mercantile republics. Posadnik, the mayor. I feel like it's just the mayor, right? The mayor. Lord, not the Lord Mayor, the The minister... No, not the minister. Ah, the premier. Yes, the premier. The premier of the city. That is a good name. I like that. I like that. Okay, so she has a relationship with the premier of the Merchant Republic. Gotta give this thing a name, but I can't remember what we called it. So this is a 10 RP person. It's not forbidden. It's hateful for sure. That would be 8. I don't think she's in love with this guy. I don't know if she can buy this. Ooh. She can buy it if she... She doesn't take that painting kit. I guess she's not going to take that. And she's going to get this relationship. Because it's important. So this is going to be hateful with a 10-point person. So that puts her at... This is an 8. So this is hateful. And... Finally, one more relationship. Oh, she has a relationship with the main character's brother. That's what it is. Nusha's... So with the head... Oh, hey, Michael. I am just finishing up spending resources on this character. Finishing up the relationship she's got. She has so many resources. I think she had like 150 resources to burn, so this was a whole thing. So this is a minor character, the head of the Guild of Notaries. It is forbidden. And that would put it down to 2, but I need it to be 1. I cannot imagine that this character is sleeping with the head of the Guild of Notaries and also his sister. That is a little much. It is as in notarizers. What's happened in this city is that this sort of like insignificant guild of notarizers or notaries has been conscripted by an occupying power as its sort of agents to go around and collect war reparations that this merchant republic is or that owes to the invading empire. So she is the legate who is in charge of the forces of the, like, basically the, not the occupation forces, but like she's in town with a bunch of soldiers to make sure that they pay up what they owe. And the notarizers, or the notaries, have been gone from being extremely insignificant guild to being a rather significant but despised guild in the city. So I think she doesn't have a relationship with this guy because I can't afford it. I'm just not gonna go there. So it's gonna be the situation is very complicated already to start with. It is an intrigue game and it was living up to its name. Like, there are a lot of, like, double crosses and double agents, and it is a lot. Oh, you know what she's gonna buy is another personal effect. That's what she'll buy. I think it is her seal of office. Yeah, that's gonna be one resource. Okay, we did it. Cleared out those resources. So, the resources score, total the resources spent on characters' property, reputations, and affiliations, not relationships, spells, or gears. Okay, so, it's going to be 50 plus 25 plus 25 plus 7. Believe that's it. Yeah. 107 divided by 15. Whew. B7 resources. No joke. No joke. She's rich. she's not only rich, she's also powerful. Like, she's got all these affiliations. This is some serious stuff. So, circles. Half the will exponent rounded down, increased by plus 1d if 50 or more resources were spent on, or 50 more resource points were spent on property and relationships. So, property and relationships, she spent 9 property and relationships. Okay. Yeah, so, like, just to give you a sense of what these mean, Where is that? Resources. Oh yeah, making a resources test is what we want to look at. So I will say this. It sounds like it's not specifically money. That is right. It is a combination of your money and your reputation. That is what your resources are. So it's your social sway as well as your actual money. Because, you know, this is a game that is designed to be sort of like played in like a medieval setting where money is valuable, but it can't buy everything, right? Resources. $366. Okay, yeah. So an example of what a OB7, so like a hard test would be for somebody with resources of D7, is a warhorse of renown, a donation to the royal court to be considered for a viscountship, full plate barding, or a dwarven shield. It's a lot of money. Yeah, so like it's amazing because she actually is a viscount, but because of the amount of money she had, she was able to get a resources score that was actually equivalent to her viscountship. Even though I could have spent that on other things, it ended up in just such a way that she ended up with exactly the amount of resources you would expect her to have. It's like, this system is so intricate and well thought out. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, she could buy a double viscountship if she really wanted to. She could go to a different kingdom and buy her way into a title there. Okay, so her property and relationships. Relationships, she had 9 for her cousin, plus 8 for the premier, plus 1 for the main character, is 18. Okay. So no, it was not more than 50 that she spent on property and relationships. So her circles is half of the will exponent rounded down. And her will is 6, so she has a B3 circles, which is not bad. Cool. That is not too bad, not too shabby at all. Her physical tolerances. So this is like how much damage she can take in combat, which is not going to be very much. She's not durable. She is a talker, not a fighter. So her mortal wound is B9. So we go over to B9. We set that to mortal. And then her superficial wound is equal to half her fort rounded down plus 1. So her fort is 3. So half of her fort is 1.5. Rounded down is 1 plus 1 is 2. There we go. This is going to be her superficial. And you can be set up to half the fort exponent rounded up would be 2. So we'll say 1. Well, we'll start here. So this will be traumatic, severe, MIDI, and then we can be up to 2 apart, so we can put this light. It's 1. Oh, wait. Up to 2 apart. Okay. Mannish just means they're human. But it's kind of like, the idea is like, you know, other stocks are also human, so they went with Mannish as the, like, so a dwarf, you could be Dwarven stock, Elven stock, Orcish stock, Rodent stock, but you can also be Mannish stock. It's kind of like old-fashioned and gendered language in this game, which is not the best, but at least they're not using race, I guess. And that's done. Beliefs and instincts. Yeah. Okay, here's the exciting part. Okay. Her beliefs. She has a secret. She has a secret. Is that meant to evoke the same old-fashioned ideas like Viscountship? I would say that's probably right. Yes. Yeah, I would say so. She has a secret. Her secret is that... Well, it's probably also 2000s writing, yeah. I would say it's a combination of the two. Her secret is that she is in this city to collect reparations, but she's actually trying to sabotage the reparations collection and incite unrest because her cousin, this dude over here, the Lord Captain of the Western Regional Military Commission, is trying to annex the country that the Republic originally got into the war with. So he wants to go back to war in order to annex this country. He wants to incite another conflict. So her secret is, I have sworn to work against my orders from the Emperor. I will keep this from all except my cousin. Well, is that true? I think at the moment that's true. I think she believes that right now. It may change. That is her current belief. Oh yeah, her other thing. This city is a wretched nest of oops. This city is a wretched nest of misogynists. I will flaunt my power to incite their hatred. I will flaunt my station to incite their hatred. Okay. Last one. Probably about the protagonist. Nusha has proven to be both cunning and lovable. I will use her as befits her character. Okay, I think those are not bad, even though they're not extremely specific. This is an NPC, so yeah. I think this is good. How do those look to you, Michael? Does she look like she's gonna stir up some shit? All right. Instincts. Never. Oh yeah, I mean, she's gonna be great as an awesome villain. Never. Never overlook a slight to my station. let's look at her skills. When anxious, practice my art. And I think always find a use for my lessers, I think, are her instincts. Never overlook a slight to my station. When anxious, practice my art, because she does a lot of like painting and calligraphy and poetry. And always find a use for my lessers. She's a lot. She's got some pride. And now we need to do her cultural traits, which I know some of at least. She's grand. She is cultured. And the last one I can't remember, so I'm gonna have to look it over with my... I'm gonna have to talk about it with my player. Yeah. I love writing beliefs, instincts, and traits. It is so good. It is the most fun out of all this stuff. Cool. I think that's it for her. I think we're done burning this character. Oh, she needs a name, of course. She needs a name. And I think it might be on Nusha's character sheet as a relationship. Oh no, I already looked at that. It's not. So let's come up with a name. Chinese woman's name. Chinese girl's name. Hui Feng. Ming Yu. Hui. Chao Lian. Okay, I think that'll be her name. Chao Lian. Chao Lian. And Leggett, maybe... she's gonna... So I want to look... Look at the Ming Dynasty history. See what they called people like this. Because there might be a better name than Leggett. Because Leggett is very Roman. Commander. Marshal. I think she'll be called Marshal. Okay. Okay. We're done. Chow Lien. Badass. Huge badass. She is going to walk all over a bunch of people, including the protagonist, and that's for damn sure. Oh, those romantic, hateful relationships. Good times, good times. Cool. I'm into it. I'm into it. So we have a good NPC here. I don't think I need to burn up any more, and I think I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, I'm sure I'll have fun. There's no doubt about it. Once you have the whole sheet built out, it's easy to find something interesting for her to do. How to play her. She's 28 with 4 life paths. Yeah. Okay. Alright, well, I think that's going to do it for this stream. Thanks for watching, for those of you who did. I will have probably more as the campaign progresses. Some more characters will show up, and we'll have to burn them up. But for now, this is the one that I wanted to focus on. So, I will see you around.